Welcome to Shivering Timbers Dojo. Today we're going to continue our deep dive into Danzanryu Jujitsu's Shime no Kata. Today we're going to do 3 moves. Together we're going to do Hadaka Shime Ichi, Do Shime, and Momo Shime. If you are familiar with Danzanryu Jiu-Jitsu, you know that in the boards, in the Shime no Kata board, you do Hadaka Shime Ichi, and then you do a bunch of other moves, and then you do Do Shime, and you do a bunch of other moves, and then you do Momo Shime. However, I'm teaching them together because Hadaka Shime Ichi flows into Do Shime, and Do Shime flows into Momo Shime. So the Hadaka Shime Ichi is what people call the guillotine choke. The guillotine choke goes straight into the guillotine choke on the ground, the Do Shime, and then to the Momo Shime. Be aware that Do Shime is not really allowed in competition the way we're going to teach it, and the Momo Shime is not really allowed the way we're going to teach it in competition. You can do some variations. They're not nice to your partners. This is not, there are other ways to get out that are a little more gentle with your uke. These are more geared towards the hit them fast, hit them hard, and get away. Doesn't mean forget the other ways, just means that this is a little more direct. But we're going to start with Hadaka Shime Ichi, the guillotine choke. Hadaka Shime Ichi, also known as the guillotine choke, the front side headlock. There's a number of things you can call it. We call it Hadaka Shime naked choke because I'm going to use just my hands. I'm not really going to grab his gi. The way we work this in Danzanryu is he's coming in to try and get low and get a grip on me, and I'm going to help him get lower. So if he comes in close and he's trying to come in, I want him to get lower. That's controlling the head. If he comes in low for a shot, like for the legs, good. Now, we all know that a person who does a real good shot is going to keep their head up the entire time to avoid that. But I guarantee that even if their head's up, you can control it with that. Now you have to remember to step back as you do this, because the sprawl is the very next way to stop that shot for your legs. As you come in, you come around, and there is the guillotine choke on the side. Guillotine choke. All right. Now, the way we affect this choke, the way we make this choke work, I'm going to choke. Ready? When he comes in, you drive the thumb around the flesh of the neck, around the front, crank the head. You crank the head and the jaw very slightly to the side. You can come in here and pull straight into the side there and hit that artery right there, other side. So again, as he comes in, I'm going to turn this in, grab here, and lift up and in. If they are much smaller than you, the counter to this good choke here is for them to walk up you, stand on you while you choke them. I've had this happen. We're not going to be able to do it with the size of bouquets we have today. I've had little wrestler guys do it to me. It was hilarious. The answer is, can you fall? Yeah, okay. And then you throw to Hadaka Ishi from there in the back. We're not going to work on that today. We're going to focus strictly on the Hadaka Shime. So again, Hadaka Shime, come in, up, and get your hips in, get up, and get that choke. Side, I get my legs away. Once I'm safe, I'm clear, I can get back in, I can prosecute that choke. Now, there's 2 things we can do from Hadaka Shime Ichi. As he comes in, and I push in, I can come straight back and I can drop, boom, and basically drop my weight on his head. It works. It's not nice. If you do it to your friends, they won't thank you for it. Ask me how I know. Boom, and you can drop back. The second thing we can do is to sit back and start Do Shime. And we'll just show the start. So as he comes in, come in here, and we drop in into the start for Do Shime. So Hadaka Shime Ichi, guillotine choke, control the head, work that thumb around, and really turn their head. If I get him straight up and down, he doesn't like that, but are you choked yet? Not really. Straight up and down is okay. I'm gonna choke. Okay. turn the head to the side, get that crank, and it's that fast. So, Hadaka Shime Ichi. Thank you, sir. This is Do Shime. Do Shime means the body constriction. There's a couple ways to start this. You could start this from a blown tomoe nage, as if I go to throw tomoe nage and put him in this. But we're going to start from Hadaka Shime Ichi. Now, for Hadaka Shime Ichi, he comes in here. If I were the athletic sort, and he were the athletic sort and could hold me up, I would jump into the Do Shime. But I'm not going to do that today, because I've got enough weight that essentially this poor guy is going to just crumple down and hit head first. And so we're going to be kind to our training partners today. So as I come into Do Shime, as I come into Hadaka Shime, I'm simply going to then set back into the Do Shime right to here. Now, to prosecute Do Shime effectively, I can get my feet around the body. Do means trunk, the torso. I'm going to squeeze together and crush his ribs. This is far more effective against somebody who is not gigantic. As my internet fans are so fond of pointing out, I'm fat. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, compared with some of the men that I've had the pleasure of working with, I am a slender reed. I work with the big boys because that's my weight class. My weight class is fat. There's nothing wrong with that. But the gentlemen that I work with, sometimes you cannot get your feet around. So be aware that Do Shime has a size restriction. They can be so big that you're going to have to prosecute the choke and then probably work the guard from another process. However, he's a pretty big guy, and I've got long enough legs that I can get the Do Shime on me. I am not, you'll notice, getting the triangle with my legs. I am getting ankle to ankle to really press with my knees on the side. Ready? As I come here, I'm going to keep this choke here. Keep these legs in. There we go. Here. From here. The way we make this work is I have to have the proper Hadaka Shime set in. So when I come here, I've got to get this thing here. I would like to have both hands here, but his body's so big, I might not be able to. I might have to grab his gi, which technically turns it into not a Hadaka anymore, it's not naked, but it does work. So you can grab the gi if you're here. He's got his shoulder pressed in, he's got all his weight here. The way to make this work, when you have your legs crossed, is you have to pull with your hand, pull the head, and push the hips. Keep the head down. There we go. You okay? Yeah. Here, let's try it this way. There we go. So as I come down, I've got this thing. Now, I definitely can catch here, to catch here, to keep that, and push. Again, I want to push with the legs, extend this way, and extend the entire mess. If I keep his chin up, and his body stretched, and his ribs crushed, the Do Shime is much more effective. This is Momo Shime, the thigh constriction. We have started with Hadaka Shime Ichi. We have moved into Do Shime. And now we are going to counter Do Shime with the Momo Shime. Lots of you guys know this one. It's working the nerves in the thighs. It is not polite to use in regular rolling, but it's effective. All right. So I come in for a shoot, and he gets me. Oh no! Here, up, and I like this right there. Now let's talk about what I'm doing, because unfortunately it's a lot harder for me to talk with my head all wrapped up. Let's try going on this side. No, use this hand and I can turn to the camera and talk. From here, he's got me. Now you will notice I put the top of my head on the floor. I'm turning out to you to talk to you, the camera. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you this. And what I need to do is turn my chin towards his ribs. The further out I turn, the more he can catch his arm under my chin and really prosecute the choke. So I'm going to turn my head this way. If I put my head, top of my head on the ground, not from the throw, save yourself some trouble. Put my head on the ground and turn towards him. You can't pull my head down any further. And then I will attack the ribs. Yes, it's a nerve thing. Yes, it works. All you have to do is find a spot that works. You ready? Go. From here, turn in. Push. From here, we're going to slide. Keep doing the Do Shime. It's hard against the fat guy, it really is. So I'm going to slide my thigh up, slide my elbow up the thigh here, and slide down in. And that pressure point right there, again, lots of people know this pressure point. It is mean, it's not nice. If you don't do this correctly in class or you're trying to do this, another belt, they might very well punish you for doing this because it ain't nice. But it is effective. All right, we're going to try it a lot smoother. You ready? Go for it. This side. Hit to here, hit to here. I'd like to come to here and press it and make him hate life. Let's talk about that leg lock real quick. Let's do it from this side. Technically, the leg lock is not part of Momo Shime. It is my gift to you. Get up tall. Now you can't stretch me out as easy. Push arm. Get your head turned. Now that my head's turned. He doesn't like that. Elbow to knee. Press it down. As I come in. 4 knuckles. Right here on the inside of the thigh, just inside the gracilis muscle. It hurts immediately. Clear out and get out. Because if you're doing that, you just made them angry. Get away. Or clear out and get on top and do what you got to do. One more time from that side. Nice and sweet. From here, 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 here. I've already got that. You can just go into leg locks. But for now, we're just going to clear and get out. There's always something else to do. Yes, there's always something else. Yes, there's a counter to everything. It's a good step up. So, Hadaka Shime Ichi, Do Shime, Momo Shime, you escape. So that was Danzanryu Jujitsu, Shime no Kata, Hadaka Shime Ichi, to Do Shime, to Momo Shime. Hadaka Shime Ichi follows naturally into Do Shime. Work that Do Shime, absolutely. Work on the prosecution, work on getting up. You need to have your legs up closer to the rib cage, especially those spare ribs, to really get the crush. Just like any constriction, tighten when they breathe out. You don't have to force them to breathe. Everybody's going to breathe. As they breathe out, tighten. Just hold it. As they breathe out, tighten. Just hold it. Just like a snake, use a lot less energy that way. They're going to feel it. They're not going to thank you for it. The Momo Shime. Again, this is not a nice way to get out. It is not a happy way to get out. I am pushing on the ribs with the knuckles. You can hit. Smack the hand. Do what you need to do to get them to release, to get your elbow up and down inside that thigh. You can get your elbow down inside that thigh and just work your crosses. You don't have to hit the nerve, but it's there. You need to be ready for someone to be able to hit the nerve, and you should learn where it's at so you know that if somebody goes for you, work your counters to that nerve hit. Yes, there's a counter to everything. That's why it's jiu-jitsu. That's fun. So, practice
Hadaka Shime Ichi into Do Shime, and then practice getting out of your Do Shime with the Momo Shime. If you still don't like these, well, come on to class. Work with us, see what we can fix. Other than that, stay safe. Thanks.